Peace, greetings all. I'm here, Rera Kamai, to do your monthly divine partnership spread. And this first one here is for the divine feminine. And I've already shuffled the cards, laid out the cards, and the spread is here already. I've meditated and read over what needs to be said, what I can get from the book, as well as my intuitive guidance. And I'm just going to go through each card with you first and foremost, and then I'll let you know what the overall message is. Okay, so this first card here is the Power card. I'll let you know which decks we're using as well. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot, and these three cards are coming from the Power Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And these are the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. And this is the Life Purpose cards by Doreen Virtue also. And this is the Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce. And this one is the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. But this first card here, which is the Power card, represents the major life event that is going on right now in your life, divine feminine, and this is Power, and it's a number 8. And this card in the original tarot deck is the Strength card, and this card represents knowing that you have the power within, the power to to create what you will. And it's also has an attachment to love. It is it's a card that talks about your inner strength, your inner knowing, your inner guidance, and it's also reminds you that any mistakes that you have gone through, anything that you feel is a mistake that you may have, whether it's you put yourself in or you've gone through, remember these are all lessons, and you learn very good lessons through mistakes that we make sometimes. So yes, this is the first card. This is the major life event. This is the major arcana number 8, Power. Okay, I'm just going to go through them quickly and then get back to them. I have a few messages on that card, but I'm going to go back to it. Okay, and this card here, the first card is Ace of Michaels, and it represents how you're feeling in your 3D dimension. And this is the Ace of Michaels, which represents the swords deck in the the sword suit in the major, oh, excuse me, words come out now. It represents the sword suit in the tarot deck, and it reads, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And yes, it being a swords card and it talking about communication just brought to mind the fact that we just had the full moon in Gemini, and it was all about communications, Gemini, and communicating things intelligently, and be mindful of your thoughts, especially clearing up situations in love. Yes, so communication is key, and it also reads on the card about a wonderful new idea, not allowing bumps in the road to hinder your progress. I have been feeling a lot of enterprises and new startups, businesses, new work adventures, career movements. So if you see these things in your horizon, then definitely clear up the path. Anything that is not serving you right now, push it to the side, communicate it first, whatever you need to get rid of or move yourself away from. Make it clear as to why, and then make that move. The second card on the roll, on this roll, is the Seven of Gabriel. And this card represents how you feel about your divine partner. And this one says, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. And yes, I guess this is a message to your divine masculine. You are called in for them to stand up and go with what your intuition is telling you. I'm speaking for the divine feminine. Yes, stand up and be in your power, and recognize that your intuition is a great guide, the greatest guide. And as long as you're working on your divine purpose and your divineness generally, then it will never steer you wrong. And this card here, Seven of Ariel, which represents the Pentacles suit, is in the position of what your higher self is guiding you or wanting you to know. And it reads, you have harvested, excuse me, maybe that's the word. You have harvested or invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. And it's funny because the card that you want to send the message to your divine partner is telling you, like, stand up, like, it's almost like a hurry. And the next card, your divine guidance is telling you to be patient and know that you have your steps that you've taken thus far are good ones, but take time, and everything that is supposed to come to you will come to you. But still, there's no harm in telling your partner how you feel, but don't push it. You can just express yourself, but don't expect what you're saying to have an effect on another. People only move when they're supposed to. Okay, so be free to express yourself, but don't expect nothing of it. Know that you are on the right path and you've done a good job thus far, and be patient about what is next to come, because there'll be more movements for you to make. Okay, and generally for love, I wanted only to take out one card, but two fell out, and it's the finances and careers one. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And what I'm getting from this card is that the divine masculine might be a bit worried about finances and how the partnership will deal with finances. But maybe you could put a message out to your divine masculine that when you come into a perfect union, a union that's meant to be a divine union, like material wealth is not an issue, shouldn't be an issue. It won't be an issue once you're connected with the right person, because you will automatically generate what you need to keep you on the path. Okay, your main concern is to basically just get on that path and do what it is that you need to do to get on that path. And that is reigniting your power, speaking and expressing your thoughts and feelings in intellectually. Not that you have to be a smart ass about anything, just concise and clearly, and with humility at the same time, and continue looking for your purpose. Okay, and the next card is soulmate. I have a perplexed with this card, because soulmates, some people may not know that it's not always the divine partnership. Sometimes you have soulmate relationships that are, just friendly. Yeah, sometimes you have soulmate relationships that are karmic, and sometimes your family members, most times some of your family members are soulmates. So with this card, sometimes I feel like this card is there's a sense that some divine feminines are in a soulmate relationship, and don't run the risk, or you may run the risk of mistaking your soulmate relationship that's there to teach you a lesson, like a karmic relationship more so, to be your divine partnerships. And sometimes people feel like you need to be in a really hard situation to make or to learn lessons. And like we said earlier, sometimes we do go through hard situations, and those can be our biggest teachers, but it doesn't always have to be that way. You have to use the power of discernment and not only the power of discernment, but look to your divine guidance to really figure out what this relationship is. Because, sometimes we have soulmates, and that's just supposed to be a partner for something, maybe a business. And again, our siblings, our parents, our other family members can be soulmates also, to help us on our path, or to teach us a lesson, or to help us, come to some kind of light. So don't confuse your soulmate for your divine partner, your life partner, your twin flame. Okay, that's the general spread there for you. And we have these four cards actually. Again, I was only supposed to pick up one, but two came at me. And these are Trust Your Vibes cards, and we have Make a Note of It, which is number 34, which is 7. And Get a New Story, which is 41, which is 5. Okay, and this card speaks of your intuition and trusting your intuition, and not wavering with it. Don't feel like, oh, this is a bit far-fetched, or you're not too sure about it, or lose an inkling or nudge that you got. And the best way to do that, as it says, is to make a note of it. In the book, it reads that you should try and do a practice of writing every intuitive guidance that you get, even if it's like a vision, a thought, a feeling, for one whole week, and then review it and see how things manifest from it. And I believe it's a great technique to help you, realize that you're not crazy, that these nudges that you get are they're right on cue. Yes, and it being a number 7 card, it talks all this. 7's all about spirituality and introspection. So go ahead and do that practice. I think it could be very helpful. I'm going to this week myself. And the next card is Get a New Story, number 5. And number 5 is all about uniqueness, being adventurous, and it's also, this card specifically talks about rewriting yourself, starting, rebirthing yourself, uncloaking yourself from the old cult, and coming out in your birthday suit, let's say. Let's not let the old be our picture all the time. You can rebrand yourself, rearrange yourself, start a new life in this life. Okay. Many idioms, but hope you understand what I'm saying. It's just that rewrite your book, rewrite your autobiography. Like, don't feel like your past has to be your future. Don't feel like you're tainted by your past. You are free. to start again, start anew with no hang-ups. The only person that can stop you is you. Like, don't feel no way about what you may think of people know or feel, or will be judging you on. Like, people can judge you, but no one can ever be a true judge of you, you know. So be ready to start afresh. Once you're able to clear up some of the old issues that are still lingering, like, start again, reinvent yourself. It's okay to do so. And your Archangel of Atlantis is Archangel Michael, and the card is Enchantment. And it reads that you should not forget your magic, not forget your mystique, your alluring nature, your alluring nature. Know that you are an enchanted one, just like these unicorns here. Okay, so don't forget your power, the power that you've invested, the power that's been invested in you by the divine. We haven't been given such tools to let them, dull up and leave them in the box or unused or untouched. You are magnificent, and you must shine. Yes, and you must shine. It's never to be about boastful. It's never to rub it in other people's faces. It's to shine, to inspire and aspire. Okay. And your purpose card is Builder, and it reads, your innate ability to build and curate brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. And actually, the Divine Masculine got this card last month, and it talks about you just being part of the building block, whether it be in a leadership role or part of the team. This is a time where you should be building towards something, structure, foundations. It could go hand in hand with this new idea that's coming up, that you should prepare yourself, know that the next endeavor is coming, and be patient with yourself, and know that with building something comes great accomplishment. Know that you have the power. Yeah, so Divine Feminine. This is an interesting spread. I feel I think it's right on cue. Like, it's just letting you know that you have the power. You've always had the power. You have the inner strength to tame your emotions and communicate clearly what you need. Okay? Express yourself 100%, but also know that, remember that you have the power only over yourself. Okay? You have the power to, manifest what you will, but remember, it starts with self. Okay? Clear up your thoughts, your feelings, physically and spiritually. Be ready for the next move to come. And shine. Remember that you have been bestowed with many gifts, and they're not to go to waste. Okay, so take time. With the planetary alignments at the moment, it's heavy. It's heavy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of as much as there's a lot going on, there's a lot going on to push you to kind of go within, to be more introspective, to calm down, to regroup, reevaluate. We have the Mercury retrograde coming up soon in Capricorn on the 20th. We are in its shadow phase at the moment, so it should and can already be affecting some of us, especially the Geminis and the Virgos. or at least the people that have Gemini and Virgo heavy in their charts, if they be by their sun and moon, rising, or other planetary alignments, or in their houses, wherever it's placed specifically. But in turn, we are all really affected by Mercury. It's a very close planet to us. But I understand that Mercury ruled say houses and zodiacs are most affected, and it could be in different ways depending on the alignment and where it falls on their chart. Also, we have the solstice coming up on the 21st as well, and of course this is the Yuletide, the Saturnalia, and people are coming together, and it's usually quite a busy time of the year. But we are being pushed to come, change things up a little bit. This is the 9 year as well, so things will be beginning differently, ending, and maybe it's not always about being busy at this time of the year, but right now people are more inclined to taking it easy and trying to go through their mental, spiritual, inner feelings and thoughts, and sorting through those. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to leave you there, Divine Feminine. Give thanks. I will that these messages are for you and they are clear to you, and that is helpful to you. I'm Hotep.